Hi, it's Cie. I am not a singer, but I am a voiceover artist, and like many of you, I use my voice as part of my daily work, what I do for a living. Lots of actors, speakers, singers ask me for some tips for good vocal warm-ups and great vocal health. This is even good for people who don't think they use their voice so much for a living, because we're going to get some tips on great breath support as well, which is terrific for those of us who run. So, grab a cup of water. We have a guest vlogger today, my favorite writing partner, one of my favorite people, and yes, my daughter, Lea Peterson. So, Lea, tell us, what should we be doing?
Hi, my name is Lea Peterson, and I'm a singer and a voice teacher and a music director in Boston, and I'm going to take you through some of the key parts of a good vocal warm-up. So I like to break my vocal warm-up down into 3 parts: body, breathing, and then finally phonation, which is actually making sound with the voice. By body, I mean preparing our instrument. That means for me often rolling my head, rolling my shoulders, stretching my arms up, stretching to either side, making sure that my back and basically everything from here feels very relaxed. So whatever that means for you, wherever you hold tension, you can massage your jaw if that's somewhere that you struggle with holding tension. A lot of people, it's the back of the neck. You can stretch your face if it's, in these muscles, whatever you need to do to prepare your body. Next is breathing. And that's preparing your support so that your voice is coming from your breath and not from tension in the throat, which is what a lot of people do that causes fatigue and also voice cracks. So for breathing, there's a couple simple exercises that I suggest. So the first one is called a straw breath. So you're going to exhale out all your air, and then you're going to inhale through a little space in your mouth and your teeth as if you're inhaling through a straw. So for me, I would center myself, I would exhale everything, and so on and so forth. And as I'm doing that, the air is coming in slowly, and it gives me extra time to think about where I'm sending it. That where I'm sending it should be all throughout the rib cage, all the way down to the pelvic floor, into the lower back, and even the mid back if you can find that space, because your rib cage wraps all the way around, so there's space to be had all the way around the torso. Make sure you maintain a constant inhale that's nice and even. And that same thing applies to the next exercise, which is basically the opposite principle. You're going to exhale out all your air, take a nice big inhale, and then you're going to sustain it on a hiss sound, on a s. And that's the same thing, is that as you close your teeth, the air comes out slower, and it gives you more time to think about how you're regulating it. And that's just preparing your body, getting your diaphragm working, getting your lungs working. You can time yourself and set goals. For the hissing, 30 seconds is a really good starting goal, and you can always up the ante from there. So that's how we warm up the breath. And then we finally get to phonation, which is making sound. And the first thing I would do is just some humming, making sure the teeth are not touching in the back of the mouth even as the lips are closed. So you want everything inside the mouth to be the same as it would be on an ah, but the only thing is that your lips are closed. So if I say ah, same position except that my lips have closed, and that's my nice relaxed hum. Then the next thing is a lip trill, which is that funny thing. It kind of tickles around here. That requires a little more air to make the lips vibrate, and that's good. And what I would do is lip trill nice and slow all the way from the bottom of my range to the top of my range, and I'll demonstrate. And you can come back down if you want, just like I just did. And the key is that we're trying to make sure that the breath is going all the way through. So we don't want to hear, because what happens is that the breath stopped in that spot. And when we sing, it's likely going to do the same thing. So we're training the breath to always be active. And that applies to speaking as well as singing. So we've done a lip trill, we've done a hum, we've done a little phonation. And now it's time to open up and do some real singing or some real speaking. So the first thing I do is I always like to use the ah vowel to start a warm-up. So if you're a speaker, someone who doesn't want to really sing pitches, you're just going to do a sigh on an ah, keeping the jaw relaxed, and just ah. And you're looking for an evenness of sound throughout. No cracks, no breaks, no points where the sound stops or where the breath stops. And then you want to go a little higher. Ah, and see if it still sounds healthy. And then ah, make sure it's sounding healthy all the way up and down. And if you're a singer, the same principle applies, but you're just going to do it on a 5-note scale. Ah, make sure everything's smooth, and then down a half step. Ah, same thing, making sure that everything is smooth and supported. If you encounter something that's not, let's say maybe you have some phlegm or you're feeling a crack, then you want to isolate that portion of the voice. So maybe I've felt that in this range, I'm feeling like there's phlegm or I'm cracking when I'm speaking or singing on those pitches. So I'm going to go just sort of massaging that area. And E is a nice vowel because it has a very focused air stream. So if there is phlegm, it's going to shoot right through that and hopefully break it up. So you just do that, and then you want to try again. You do that, and now you go, ah, and hopefully that crack has gone away. And then there's another fun one that I do. This is especially for morning time, and when you're waking up and you have feel like you need to clear your throat a bunch of times, but you have to sing and you don't have time. So you're going to go very quickly back and forth from an ooh or an ah to an E. And as the tongue moves, the tongue reaches all the way down here. It's going to move up and down and essentially function as a jackhammer on that morning phlegm, so to speak. So, like that. And you might not be able to do it that fast at first, so that's fine. You're just going to go, and then work your way up. And then if you're a singer and you want to do that on that 5-note scale, and I've just basically been jackhammering at anything that might be in the throat that I don't want to be there. And also, as I'm singing, I'm always helping, because the more you sing or speak healthily, you are putting warm air through the throat. So you're moisturizing it and you're clearing it out and you're making it healthier just by doing your warm-up. So remember, body, breath, phonation, isolate the places where it's not working. And then once you figure that out and you have all 3 of those things working across your entire range, you're ready to sing or speak whatever comes your way.
Thanks, Leah. That was great. Some of those warm-ups I do, some of them I never heard of before. So I learned something today too. You can reach Leah. She has a website and you can get in touch with her directly if you want. You can certainly contact her here because she is part of the Clouds and a Waffle Productions team. And as always, subscribe to the YouTube. Share this great video with any of the singers or voiceover artists or actors or runners in your life. Like and follow, connect with me on Instagram at Cie Peterson. And remember, in 2 weeks, every other Friday, there will be another vlog, maybe on voiceover, maybe on something else, maybe what you ask me to vlog on if you just put it in the comments below. So thanks, and see you next time.